One of the most profitable companies in my portfolio right now is Tesla. For me, this company is not just an investment, it is also a living example of how important investor psychology really is. Yes, Tesla has recently returned to the $420 levels, but not long ago, this company had dropped from around $480 down to nearly $220. At that time, there was panic in the market. Everyone was saying Tesla was done, it had no future, it was time to sell. I thought the exact opposite. On Threads, on X, in our public WhatsApp channel, and even in our private student group, I repeatedly wrote, "Friends, for those who once missed Tesla, now is the time to catch the opportunity of your life. Finding Tesla at these prices will almost never be possible again." And what did I do? While most people panicked, sold, and ran away from the market, I started collecting Tesla shares from the bottom. Because I understood that this company is not just producing cars, but actually building the energy ecosystem of the future. For me, this was not a short-term trade, it was long-term conviction. In fact, in almost every video I emphasize that I absolutely never trade stocks, because my purpose in being here is not simply to make money. I have realized that someone whose only goal is money can achieve nothing in this field, and since I started looking at the market from this perspective, my whole life has completely changed. I am sure you are asking yourself this question: if your goal is not to make money, then why do you invest and why are you in this field? Yes, my goal is not making money, my goal is to increase the number and amount of companies and ownership I hold, and through that to build wealth toward the future. There is a big difference between making money and this. People who only want to make money keep buying and selling, focusing on small profits, and at the end of the day they spend what they earn here and there and are left with nothing. But investors whose goal is to increase ownership never miss downturns. They collect the highest quality companies from the bottom and increase their stakes. As a result, these types of investors don't chase money, instead money itself comes and flows into their pockets. This is exactly the reason behind my profits today. The most interesting and a little funny part of this is that 99% of people in the market make the same mistake. When the price breaks records, at all-time high levels, they rush into the market like a herd to buy at the top, but when the price falls and the best opportunities come right to their feet, everyone sells and runs away. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you go to the fruit and vegetable market. There, you search for the seller who sells the most expensive tomatoes and you tell him, "I will buy only from you, because you are the one selling tomatoes at the highest price in this market." It's funny, right? Yes, it's funny, because in real life no one does that. On the contrary, we all try to find the best quality product at the most reasonable price. But for some reason, in the investment market, people keep behaving in exactly the opposite way. My strategy is different. I try not to miss such opportunities, because this is what big investors do. For example, Warren Buffett says, "Buy when there's blood in the streets, sell when everyone is joyful." This is not just a sentence. Behind these words stand 80 years of successful investing experience. And when Buffett uses the word blood, he means market crashes, charts, numbers, and candles turning red. I won't make this video too long, because no matter how much I talk, Tesla is unlikely to go back to $220 again. But Tesla is just an example. Through this company, I am trying to teach you the psychology of the market. Even if we put Tesla aside, I have already analyzed and shared with you dozens of different quality companies on this channel, such as AMPX, Wolf, and Rigetti, most of which have gone up by hundreds of % in just 2 to 3 months. The same psychology can also be applied to new and quality companies that are still at the beginning of their journey. On the other hand, as I promised, I will open up my entire portfolio and share each company with you one by one, presenting them as a list and explaining why I invested in them. But let me remind you, my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of September, and I will fulfill this promise only if we can reach 1,000 subscribers by then. If you are interested, go ahead and subscribe so we can build wealth together. And if you feel like supporting and motivating me, you can also support the channel by buying me a cup of coffee through the link I pinned in the comments.